Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you've watched some of my videos before, you know I spend a lot of time talking about individualized education plans, IEPs, and how to navigate that with the school systems. But today I wanted to talk about how you have options. You don't have to have an IEP. You don't have to deal with public schools. So let's talk about what your different educational options are for your dyslexic thinker. So really there's three main categories. There's public schools, private schools, and homeschooling. So within the category of public schools, you have your usual town school, city school, district school, but you also have magnet schools and charter schools. And all of these options are required to provide, by law, free appropriate public education, which means that if any child needs special education services, they are obligated to provide that. The second category is your private schools. These could be religious private schools or non-religious private schools. But the bottom line is they are not under any legal obligation to provide special education services. Many of them do provide support services, and some of them very good support services. But just know that it's their choice and they are not obligated to do that. There are some special education specific private schools or dyslexia specific private schools, and they can provide an outstanding education for a dyslexic thinker, but the downside is they can be really pricey. So I looked into some of the options here in my state of Connecticut, and the price range is in about $70,000 to $80,000 per year for tuition. Your final option is homeschooling. Now, this is certainly going to be the option with the best teacher-to-student ratio and the most individualized curriculum, but teaching their child at home is not for everybody. If you decide you're going to go this route, then you will need to not only figure out how you will teach a regular curriculum, the math, the social studies, all the usual subjects, you're also going to have to figure out how you would implement a structured literacy program. So there are programs for parents to implement at home. And if you're interested in learning more about these, I would suggest you check out Homeschool Dyslexia on Instagram. She has great content on Instagram and has a wonderful website to help parents of dyslexic thinkers develop homeschool curriculums. You could also hire a literacy tutor to do the structured literacy while you do the main parts of the curriculum. If you don't know what I'm talking about with structured literacy, then be sure to check out this video that I did before explaining what that is. As you consider all these options, think about going over to my blog post on this topic. I will link it in the description box below. I've listed there questions that you can ask of the schools, of the teachers, of current students there, just to find out more about the different options. But probably the most important thing you need to do is to think about your child and what their needs are. And this is probably best done by sitting down and very intentionally writing down their strengths, their weaknesses, their interests, their educational needs, and then looking at each one of your schooling options and thinking which one suits them best. For now, my daughter is in a public school, and it's working well for us. We live in a district with an excellent school system. She has a wonderful IEP and is making great gains. But I still revisit this thought process once or twice a year, and maybe a little more often during transition years. We are getting ready to shift into the middle school this coming year, so there would be an opportunity to maybe change course naturally towards private school or some other option if we wanted to. So definitely always thinking about that. And this just isn't a set it and forget it sort of decision. I think things change over time. School systems change over time with things like budget cuts, staffing changes, administrators change, and most importantly, our kids change. And so we just need to constantly be reevaluating if their current educational system is what suits them best right now. I'd love to hear from you. What type of school does your child attend, and how did you reach that decision? You can either comment below or feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with any other friends you think might find it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you get notified when new videos come out. All right, that's all for today. Stay strong, parents.